first round pick. Hey, throw that list away, all right?
Why are we around?
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From my homes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate troop. This ain't no game, it's our passion on display.
The baby himself.
Chiefs Blitz podcast, real fans unite. Every touchdown scored, we ignite the night. From tailgate chatter to post-game debate, we love our Chiefs, yes, never too late.
I would even bring MVS back in the middle of the season.
What? Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your top source for Chiefs news and information, plus the host of where you can find the Four Guys in a Bar podcast. Again, I'm your host, Nick Athan, along with Hense Todd, Lou Montagna, and Andre Tillman joining the show on a Monday.
Boys, we're here. Let's go.
There we go. There we go. Before we get started, let's bring in our sponsor, UnderdogFantasy.com.
Give me a minute.
All right.
Baseball is back.
That's right. Baseball is back on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you cash in today. You can play the Pick'em game. It's very similar to what you did with the NFL. We're doing the Chiefs stuff. Now it's all about baseball, and especially the Royals. You can go higher or lower. It's really simple to use. Their app is amazing. You just choose your entry fee. You decide what you want to play, and you just see the winnings coming if you know what you're doing. So take a swing today and make sure that you sign up for Underdog Fantasy, and they're going to give you a meatball right off the gamut, Bobby Wood Jr. special. So start with a W for your first entry and new customers. Make sure you use the code Chiefs Blitz. That's right. Baseball is definitely back. How about those Royals? 7 home runs yesterday, making a franchise record home run appearance. They seem to be back in the winning slide. And if you want to be in the winning slide when it comes to Underdog Fantasy, all you got to do is just scan the code there on the right-hand side of your screen. Put your $5 in. Use the code Chiefs Blitz. You get 50 bonus dollars that you can use to play baseball. You can do the NBA playoffs. Are hot and heavy. There's a lot of great things there. Golf, racing, all sorts of stuff. It's really the top source and the top game out there. UnderdogFantasy.com. Use the code Chiefs Blitz and start winning today. All right,
Let's
guys.
go. It's kind of a Redbirds kind of day. What's going on there, Coach?
Yeah, look at he's sporting his St. Louis Cardinals hat.
Man. I'm very excited for my guys.
Is it St. Louis or is it Arizona?
That's Arizona, man. It's AZ, man. It's AZ, man.
Okay.
The AZ is represented today in the Four Guys in a Bar, and I'm sure the Bengals will be represented as well.
Oh, pretty soon. That definitely in the works. That definitely is in the works, gentlemen.
Yes. And to all of our Mexican brothers and sisters, Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo day.
Oh, all right. Yes, there we go.
Going to go to our favorite Mexican restaurant for dinner tonight and celebrate Mexican holiday.
And what is that? What was your favorite restaurant?
What's the name of it? Do I want to give them a free plug?
Why not? Sure.
I mean, why not?
Michelina or something like that. I don't know.
The power of the Four Guys in the Bar is the proof in the pudding. You're going to have people coming in. They'll see you, Nick. You can kind of, bring the owner over. Say, hey, you want a little bit more of this? Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get your name out there.
Shout out to Ken coming in, Ruben. Who else is in here? Victor and Kareem.
Yeah, don't forget the
all you guys. Guys, thank you guys for joining in, man, and thank you guys for always supporting the Four Guys in a Bar. The training camp is kicking off. We got a lot that's not training camp, but mini camp is kicking off. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff that's happening, in the kingdom. If you haven't missed, the quarterback protector was signed, sealed, and delivered. There for the Kansas City Chiefs. Hey, that's what he called himself. He called himself quarterback protector. That's what he said. He's a quarterback.
That's his name. That's
job.
We are not going to disrupt the man's nickname. Not at that size, not at that weight. So he is forever known as the quarterback protector on the Four Guys in a Bar podcast.
So with that said, man,
let's his assignment.
The quarterback protector, huh?
T-shirts made.
Yeah, all right. Hope like hell he starts.
Well, we'll deal with that in you got 4 months before that has to happen. So what do we?
I got you.
May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, you got 4.5 months. We're good.
So did Hensley? Did you stumble your way onto the practice facility field and just kind of Forrest Gump your way in there?
Not this time around. No. I was I think I'm busy this weekend. I'll be out there to see my guy, man, to throw the first pitch at the game tonight. You know what I mean? Jaden Hicks gonna be out there. They're going to Golden Jacket Kids, so I'll be right there, posting personal on the field to actually.
So they're not having Jalen Royals throw out the first pitch at the Royals game.
He's not officially a member.
Is somebody missing the boat here?
No. He has to have a signed contract to be an employee of the. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
Gotcha.
It'll happen.
I think it's Hicks and
those things are all
Hicks and McDuffie.
I think it's Hicks and somebody else. I forgot the other person. If anybody know in the chat, throw it in there.
Kenny
one catching, one is catching it, and the other's throwing.
That's right. Catch and throwing, and then the wrong with it.
Yes, I'm gonna try to get my guy to say, shout out everybody or watching Four Guys in the Bar podcast. I'm gonna try to get him, pull him to the side and see if I can get him to do that.
Let's do it.
So with that said, I'm looking forward to that for tonight. You got Josh Simmons signed. So what do y'all think about, why the Chiefs signed him so quick? Mr. Nick, this is the question you thrown in there. So,
obviously, I think they were very pleasantly surprised what they got when he arrived on Friday and started to go through some medicals. He did do some drills Saturday and Sunday, not the full offensive line drills. They wanted to get this knocked out. Drew Rosenhaus and the Chiefs have both a really good relationship and at times complicated, but he was the guy that spearheaded the Tyreek Hill trade that launched back-to-back Super Bowl titles for the Chiefs. So they had a good relationship. They wanted to get it worked out. It's basically a 4-year deal. The Chiefs will have, since he was a first-round pick, a 5th-year option. At that point, I guess it's going to be somewhere in the $20+ million range, maybe 22. So he's going to have a nice contract. He's getting 14 some odd million, all guaranteed, plus what other deals he can make on the side with endorsements. But for me, let's get him in here. Let's get him working right away. My guess is he'll probably head back to Ohio here shortly after the minicamp ends today, and then probably be back in Kansas City for the minicamps and working with the training staff. From everything I've heard, he's a workout warrior. He's excited. He's got his own nickname already, the quarterback protector.
It's not a nickname, Nick. That's his job title.
That's his job title. That's
not
his
a nickname.
Too.
We're not going to make it something fun and cutesy. That's his job title.
Right. Well, still, I like it.
Good. Everybody should like it.
I think there's a lot of optimism that he could be ready to go at the start of the regular season.
Hey, the guy. That's what the guy introduced himself as when he got.
Yeah.
When he came on the media.
I'm telling you right now, if he has a business card, that's the title.
I agree.
Quarterback protector. All right. So anyway, we're going to make a big deal out of a guy signing a rookie contract. For those of you that are for the uninitiated, okay, these things are slotted. Okay, there's not a whole lot for the agent to do. Everything is down to the penny. There's a little bit of offset language that they can mess with. But I think Philadelphia had most of their class signed last week. So it's not a big deal. I guess it happens. So that's cool that they're getting these out of the way. But usually the guys from the later rounds, those go like this because again, there's not a whole lot for them to do. Right. But that's great that they did it while they were here. I mean, that's the best chance to do it if the agents are around and the players are here. So let's do it.
So he signed. So it was a $14 million though. It was $14 million, right?
14.6, I think. 14.6 something.
Fully guaranteed. That's fully guaranteed contract for Mr. Simmons, man. And plus, you actually don't know, with the injury you have, a lot of teams, was really concerned about it. And that lets you know how much the Chiefs are concerned about it. They gave him a fully guaranteed contract.
These
you know what I mean?
Slotted. It's by law. There's nothing that they did to say we're going to give you a fully guaranteed. You're the number 31, 32 pick in the draft. This is what the contract is. It's boiler. It is literally boilerplate.
He put it out there for everybody to fucking see. He said, "Hey, this is what you got to see. This is what it is."
Boilerplate. Literally boilerplate.
But Lou, to be honest, that's not always the case. There are usually guys that hold out, trying to get some sweeteners and force the teams to give it to them.
Hey, the man.
And unfortunately, it's happened in the last couple of drafts.
That's what the man said. The man put it out.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying clearly the Chiefs don't believe in that theory. They're going to sign all their guys.
Yeah,
and they'll have to make a decision on the invited free agents as well.
Go ahead, sir.
Listen. Both sides, I get it. I'm just happy the young man is signed. Let's get it going. But I'm happy for the Chiefs because usually what happens is everybody they'll hold out, they'll wait before they get a nice little lump sum of money. But I'm shocked to where they got it done so fast, like out the way. So I say that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, pretty dope.
Again, the system has changed significantly since Lou and I were watching the draft on ESPN.
Lou
never knew what guys were going to sign for.
Lou looks so disgusted though. Lou looks so disgusted.
It's a slotted amount.
Because there's nothing to do here. It's like literally nothing to see here. It's boilerplate. In other words, the contract is predetermined. The amount of money is predetermined. The guarantee is predetermined. There's really not. There's a little, like I said, offset language in case of injury and very minute details. So you rarely, anymore. That's why you see no one holds out. There's no reason to. You're not going to get any more money. You're not going to get any more guaranteed. They are literally boilerplate for the first round and then even beyond, actually. So it's great that they got it done quickly, but you should. There's really no reason not to.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Well, hey, I just want to see the man actually go come out to be the quarterback protector.
Hell
He's
yeah.
He's a friend of the show, man. He follows the show. He follows the page, man. So you know what I mean. I'm happy for the kid. I hope for the kid to sign here, man. Hey, I'm looking all forward to see what happens. You know what I mean. In the is he gonna come back from the injury fully recovered, man? You got to go against Chris Jones. You got to go against George Kalafis. You got to go against all these guys. It's going to be in training camp. Hopefully he's there, and ready to go by training camp. I think the Chiefs are, really highly, we rated on this guy. They hoping for him to actually come in to be somebody be here for like 10 plus years. You know what I mean? But I feel it odd, of him coming out to say, just for the 4 years, when he said on the first media day when he was here in Kansas City, and then the 4 year, fully guaranteed contract.
His extension is going to be expensive. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
if he's good, yeah.
If he's good, yes.
You want it to be. You want him to be a franchise left tackle. You want him to be, Trent Williams, Walter Jones. Like historic guys. Sure. Absolutely. I think he has the potential to be that type of player. Yeah. From some of the reports you're hearing from people that were at the media portion of the practices, so he was moving very well. They did their best to really keep him out of the team stuff, so he wouldn't. There was no chance of him getting trampled or anything crazy like that. But he was moving very well, and that's always a great sign. We'll see once the veterans come in and say, "All right, let's see if he can play."
We got comedians on the show everywhere.
Kareem has no chill, man.
No, he just doesn't like him. That's all right. That's all right. Oh, Kareem.
Hey, I can say this, man. I can't, man. Hey, I'm happy for him to be here, man. All I want is somebody actually out there to keep Patrick Mahomes off his back end, man. Just keep him up standing straight. Wherever man comes out, like he said, I'm here at whatever position they put me at. He said guard, left tackle, right tackle. I'm here to play. No matter what, man. I'm gonna give it my all. If that's what you want, somebody to actually come out here and get it all, giving it all. And this kid I feel like, me. I'm just still confused about the 4-year comment that he made about that.
I'm clarify that.
Go ahead and clear that file.
I will clarify that. He is signing his 4-year. He signed his 4-year contract. The Chiefs have an option for a 5th year. What it basically says is this: Chiefs, Brett Veach, and Andy Reid, if you're still here, I want to get paid. I'm going to play my heart out for 4 years. I'm not going to create any problems. I'm not going to hold out. I'll be eligible for a new contract at the beginning of the 4th season. And I expect to get one here to go to 5 and beyond. So he's basically saying for the next 4 years, I'm locked in. I'm loaded. I'm going to earn my money.
To me, as far as he's concerned, it's in his hands.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So basically what we're saying is Mahomes should not be getting hurt.
4 years.
If he can protect Mahomes, keep him from further injury, damn it, he's going to get his extension. So now, as y'all said, he's the quarterback whisperer. They call him the quarterback whisperer. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to protect. Listen, whatever the name y'all want to call it, we have seen guys come on the Chiefs panel at left tackle and say all the dastardly things and what they're going to do for Mahomes. And what happened? His knee's still bummed up. So my thing is this. I would love to see the young man go out there and impose his will. I would love to see it. But the man said 4 years, we're going to see what's going to happen. So from what I'm getting from it is he's going to put the work in for 4 years, man. And then, hey, the Chiefs fall where they may.
All right, Tom Hood said is Josh Simmons going to be the guy for the final left tackle for the Chiefs, man? Is he going to actually be that guy, Lou? Do you think he's actually going to be that guy, or are the jury still out on him?
It's been some time since they took a tackle in the first round. Right. So, I think that tells you what they think of him, his potential, his ability. So, we can make a prediction and say, sure, why not? We don't know. We'll see how he plays over the summer. Does he start out at left tackle? Do they play him at left guard? Do they play him at right tackle? Or do they just basically play the best 5 and figure out where all the pieces fit? That seems to be like coach's mantra. So we'll see. The jury's out, but I think just based on what they've had there, that he has the best potential and youth and everything. He's got everything going for him. So the best chance of him being that solution at left tackle, I think, is definitely true to what they believe, that they took him in the first round. And that's what their full belief is. He is going to be their guy.
Yeah, that's what they believe in. That's what they believe in. And again, you should have confidence in yourself. But again, we've seen this time and time again when any person coming, any player playing left tackle, man, you got to go out there and go produce. Like Lou said, we haven't seen shit from him yet, so we don't know, and he's still kind of nicked up. Yeah. So we're gonna see.
Well, here's a history lesson. All right, the Chiefs. This is the number of tackles and the players that they have made available in the early rounds. Ed Buddy, tackle, moved to guard, Michigan State, Hall of Famer. Sid Smith, USC, never heard of him. No offense. John Holt, Iowa, obviously he had a great career in Kansas City and produced a starting tackle in the NFL. Brian Joswiak didn't have much of a career, West Virginia guy.
Brian Joswiak, I don't think played a down for the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember.
He did not.
Giselle Jenkins, a Carl Peterson special, that was a bust, tackle from Michigan.
Yeah.
Then Victor Riley, another bust from Auburn. John Tate from BYU played pretty well before he went to the Bears to finish his career. Eric Fisher obviously had a great career in Kansas City. And then you got to go down to Josh Simmons. So I think that's 8. So it's not a lot in their history that they have, drafted tackles. Now, they drafted a lot in the second through 7th rounds, most notably 2 in the last previous 2 drafts that haven't quite panned out yet, though. Kingsley Suamataia right now is the starting left guard. He's going to have to earn it. And Caliendo is going to have a say. And maybe there's another shift there. We'll see. But, this is a big investment for the Chiefs. And again, it's not something in their history. They've only done 8 times since the 60s. So that's That
and I
tells
think
you they've got most of their tackles
guard,
by free agency. Or
I think left guard is wide open. Kingsley's name may be penciled in for the time being, but I think Hunter Norzet has every opportunity to get that spot. I think Caliendo has every opportunity to get that spot. Hell, Josh Simmons may have every opportunity to get that spot.
This is true.
So, it's good. That's going to be one of the greatest competitions of this particular camp is who emerges, and maybe Jalen Moore gets moved inside of that left guard position if Josh Simmons is ready to rock and roll. So it's going to be interesting. You think, a team that just played at the Super Bowl, all of a sudden you have this huge competition at some of the most important positions on the field is a little disconcerting, but it's exciting too, because they're all young guys and they have an opportunity to stake their claim.
Man, everybody talking about what Kareem's saying. You know what? He said Fisher was a bust. He said Fisher wasn't all that good,
okay,
man.
Kareem is the
Fisher's
Fisher, if we started the show talking about how blue the sky is, he'd come up with some way to tell you it's green.
It's green today.
It's not too easy. That is very on brand.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Fisher was so bad, how much did they miss him in the Super Bowl 55? There you go.
Yeah, maybe he didn't elevate himself to the number 1 overall pick status and like Hall of Famer and whatever, but he was a very good left tackle in the NFL. So whoever says different is just, again, being the agent of chaos.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little chaos, man. We had a little chaos at the beginning of the show.
But you're right. But of course, you have your right to your opinion. It just happens to be
absolutely.
Hey, back to Simmons, man. Hey, I feel like the kid, man, even though I was, high on Earth Street, man, I feel like the kid, could be overall, he got to be probably the overall best tackle that's off the board, better than Campbell that went, above, the first tackle was off the board, But again, besides his injury, if he wasn't hurt, could be the steal of the draft. I feel like there ain't nothing better than betting on yourself, and that's what the kid is going to do. Is kind of come out and bet on himself, man. And what are not a better position to bet on yourself is where a team that actually need a left tackle to start and been needing left tackle for years to come. And obviously to do it on the Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. I feel like that can be a best go for this kid and see where he goes from there, man. But other than that, man, let's get into what these 4 new additions can add to Spag's defense. What you had to say, Nick?
Well, I thought I thought all of them. I was curious as to what they were all going to say during the press conferences, over the last couple of days, and I found myself listening to them, and I'm thinking, going, okay, this kid seems like he's got a pretty good football IQ, and he gets it. He knows what his responsibility are. And, I think with parking lot, one of the things that I liked was the fact that he got asked, you didn't get a lot of reps in college. And he goes, man, I'm just part of the team. It's part of the system. We got a lot of good guys. The coaches wanted me to be fresh. That could have gone a completely different direction. He could have said something completely different. And I was really impressed with the way he spoke to the media and the things he said. I mean, I think he had the longest interview of all the draft picks. And I thought he was engaging. He's fired up. He appreciates the opportunity he has. He knows he's going to a great team. And then just the common theme was, these guys, especially on defense, they just spew Spags. They get his philosophy. They understand what he's all about. They understand the expectations going in. They have the utmost respect for him and Joe Cullen. And when you look at these guys, and this kid, I mean, he was engaging too. He was really, really fired up as well. And I was really impressed with the way he spoke as well. And, if I remember correctly, he was the one who was friends with the kid from LSU that unfortunately took his life. I think they played together at a previous school, and he decided to wear his number in honor of him. There it is. So I think that's the player. I could be wrong, but that's that tells me a lot about his character as well. So I think these guys are going to make an impact, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I think this is going to ultimately be. I know it's way premature, and I'm going to get a bunch of crap for it, and that's fine. I just like the makeup of these guys. I like their personalities. I like how each of them fit, and that's what was impressive to me.
I like Galati, man. I like my guy from Louisville, man. Like what you just stated, because you can put that man anywhere on that line that he can get off, man. He just a pure pass rusher. All he knows is pass rushing, and he's quick, and it's a burst, and the explosiveness this man brings to the table. That's something the Chiefs really didn't have last year. They didn't have that explosiveness, and I believe this guy is going to bring that, man. He's going to bring a whole lot of that to this team, man. That's why I'm so fired up to see this man get busy in summer games, man, because I expect so much from this kid, man, because I know how excited he is, and I know what he can bring to this team, man. It's like you see, like the trace, the potential, the potential is right there. So I'm definitely excited to see this kid get off, man. I hope he do start being a starting rotation for these guys, man, because he's gonna bring a whole lot of pressure, a whole lot of pressure to the opposite team, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
The takeaway from the pressers is that each guy that spoke from a very, very mature, and some of them sounded like they were vets. I mean, Bassa from Oregon sounded like a dude that's been in the NFL for 5 years, right? And I think the main thing where Nick said that they all understand Spags and whatever, I think that speaks to just kind of how the scouting department, Veach, the coaching staff is all on the same page, because you've heard me say it many times leading up to, the draft and everything else, that this guy looks like a Raven. This guy looks like a Steeler. Well, I think we're getting to the point now where you can start to say that kid looks like a Chief. Especially the defensive players, because they are all, I think Noel Williams is going to play. Obviously, Lott is going to play. Gelati is going to play. All these guys are going to play significant roles on the team. Now, are they going to be Pro Bowlers right off the bat? You never predict that. That's insane, But you're going to have all those guys making plays. And if Bassa doesn't get on the field right away as one of the top 3 linebackers, he's going to be a core special teamer. He's going to be a locker room guy. They're going to follow this kid. Every single one of them looks like what they're looking for, and they are true Chiefs and Spags type players. So I applaud just the fact that everybody in the organization is together. This is what we're looking for. These are the guys we're going to pick. I don't care. And maybe, again, I'll call a flag on myself during the draft in terms of what, Gelati, maybe, okay, well, there was somebody, Landon Jackson, maybe get better value. No, this guy looks more like a Chief. So we don't care. We're taking him, right? Along with all the other guys as well. But that was the takeaway for me, because obviously we didn't get to see them on the field moving around, just what they did in college, but just their press appearances all were top notch. Every guy was it was just very impressive to hear them speak.
Yeah. What do you think?
The perfect, how you gonna fit Spags system? I think Mr. Bosa from Oregon, man, starting to love the kid much more. I watched his presser, man. How he said, hey, he sleeps and breathes film. He don't go on dates. He don't go out to eat. He just go and watch the film.
He's a virgin.
He said he sits there and watch the film all day. He's there to get it, to be there, man. Hey, I can't wait to see what this kid actually does on the field. Brings to the team, and I think he's here to take somebody's spot. I don't know whose spot it is. Hey, this could probably be the best cover linebacker, and we probably seen, because we had trouble last year with the tight ends and everything else like that. But hey, talking about somebody that actually fits. I think all of them fits, but I want to actually see what this kid does as well, man. What about you?
Hey, Kareem said, man, y'all climbing for Bassa. I was rooting for him. Y'all sit there and clown me. Now everybody biting into him. Oh.
I had to listen to the board.
I'm pretty sure you were hyping Jordan Birch, his teammate at Oregon, but go ahead.
What? I sure did. You goddamn right. Yeah, no, but honestly, take a grown man's job. He is gonna be the guy. Like that guy Bossa is gonna be the guy, man.
And
because
he's probably the number 4 linebacker before they even touch the
Oh
field.
yeah,
no
question.
Silent to sideline guy, the boy is going to come in and immediately make an impact for these Chiefs, man, for Spags. So, yeah, hey Kareem, the guy's solid. The guy's solid. He ain't no Birch, but he's solid though. You know what I'm saying? He's solid though. So
different positions, but yeah,
more of a better impact from Birch. So here's the thing is, but Bossa is nice, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. But Bossa is nice. I think Spags is gonna love him. I think Spags is gonna look because you can really put this guy in different positions, different places as far as from the linebacker perspective. So yeah,
because they play their sub defense so much, and every team does. And rarely are you going to have 3 linebackers on the field at the same time. And if he shows the ability to cover, he's going to be out there a lot.
Yeah.
So if they've got, if they're like absolute pass situations, just third and long, second and long, whatever, if he's out there with Drew, I don't think that would be a bad thing, right? Leo, they'll line him up and on the edge, they'll put him at linebacker. He'll play all over the place. And Bossa, he could certainly, I'm sure he can play safety still. He has in the past. That's in his background. So again, on passing downs, they might have him in there playing safety. So
hey, who was just as fast as this young man on the Chiefs linebacking core? Who was probably as fast as this guy? Y'all know?
Well, I think Willie Gay. I don't think Willie Gay was faster, but I think he's relatively close. Bass
I'm talking like right now, like last year. Was anybody that had this man's speed?
No.
Nobody, right?
So I'll say Leo Chanel, but not
Chanel.
Not this kind of speed. Not this
like Bossa. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that man, he definitely gonna start because the man brings some of the Chiefs didn't have.
On Drew's path, because Drew started as a safety at Notre Dame as well. And they kind of made the transition to linebacker, and this kid's doing the same. And he's in that's a tough defense now. Dan Lanning came from Georgia, and they're not fooling around defensively, and he's wearing the green dot. So he's very smart as well. So it should be exciting to see how they deploy him, where he fits, barring any injuries, right? To see how much activity he gets and how often he comes in and say, okay, he's just going to cover like the tight end on certain plays, right? Playing the slot.
So let me address again with Kareem, man. Nah, he was on my list. I wanted Will Johnson first round, but we got Nolan, and then we get Will Johnson, so I'm good. But anywho, again, he's definitely starting, Bo. That dude, Bossa, he's sideline to sideline linebacker. He's very athletic. And Lou, like you said, he was a safety. Now he's going to linebacker. It's going to be explosive for the Chiefs on the defensive side of the ball, man. That boy's going to do some work on that side of the ball, man. Definitely.
Yeah, so what about the wide receiver room? Is this the best wide receiver room under Andy Reid? Besides not looking at Tyreek Hill and Watkins and everybody else, is this probably gonna be the best Andy Reid had since those?
As a unit,
go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Somebody want to step up.
I went first last time, Lou.
As a unit, say like 1 through 4. If Jalen Royals picks things up, now I would say ask us again like mid-season. If you give Royals the same opportunity as Rasheed did his rookie year and Xavier did last year, where they kind of really got comfortable as the season went on. Those top 4, everybody healthy, no suspensions, absolutely. Hence, I believe it would be. Now, Tyreek it was overweighted just because of him and just how unique of a player Tyreek was. But player for player, 1 through 4, it's 1 through 3, you're going to say, okay, trying to separate those guys, there's like slivers of separation. There's not a lot, so they're all really good. If Royals can kind of do that as well, I would put this receiving crew with just about any team, 1 through 4.
Exactly, like you stated, Lou. If Royal can come in, like if he can come in and get the same opportunities like Rice will have, and he come out explosive, Of course, you got Worthy, Rice, Royal, Hollywood Brown. I do believe all healthy will be very explosive, and then this will be the best receiving core Andy Reid has had under the Chiefs kingdom. So I definitely agree with that one if healthy. But again, we don't know what Roy can do first. We got to see what can Roy bring to the table, and then we can ultimately make that assumption as being the best receiving core.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm not sure I agree with Kareem that he's going to be a wide receiver one, but I think, again, if he picks up the offense, he understands it. He's a catching the ball machine. Somebody posted he hasn't dropped a pass in practice, and we have absolutely no way of knowing that. So I don't know. I think it's just one of those internet rumors. But clearly everybody felt on this show, and certainly a lot of people in the Chiefs kingdom, that this kid should have been drafted much higher. And I think the foot injury, even though he was about 80% by the time they got to the NFL Combine, he says he's fully healthy now. Another guy who I thought spoke very well, very short, succinct, to the point. He knows what his job is. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is going to love him. And can the Chiefs, like Lou said, make him into that, temporary Rashee Rice kind of receiver? But when he gets back, if you look at the depth chart, Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Rice, Smith-Schuster, Nico. I think Elijah Badger's got a really good shot at potentially making this roster as the last wide receiver. So I wouldn't be surprised there. And I think that Chiefs, if you get all these young guys on the field and you got an old man in Smith-Schuster and a semi-old man in Hollywood Brown, and they're able to bring this core together and this youth together, listen, Rashee Rice is going to come in and be ultra motivated. He already looks like he's good to go with his injuries. I think Xavier Worthy, I don't see a sophomore slump in him. I think they're going to increase his role. And then hopefully Hollywood Brown can have an injury-free season for the first time in a really long time of his career.
Yeah.
And but now they've got some depth pieces and they got some young guys. And I think we can start to see now what Brett Veach has in mind for his wide receiver group going forward. It's going to be add, and just constantly rotate these guys. If they can't sign him after 4 or 5 years, then they'll trade him or they'll move him on. But I think this is the new way in which Brett Veach is trying to keep his offense fresh, is just continually add a playmaker here every season.
Yeah, I feel like this wide receiver core probably be the best up under. Rashee Rice, if he can come out and lead off what he left off on after his injury, come back even healthy. Xavier Worthy, if you come in and stepped up what we've seen from last year, even add on to that. And if Hollywood Brown can stay healthy, that's what the key is going to be. The big if is out on that. If he can come out and stay healthy and show that what we've seen from when he was with Baltimore, and can he capitalize on that and get back to that form of play? Right. And also with Warrior, man, I kind of watched this tape and my son kind of brought it to my attention. He was like, hey, don't he remind you of somebody that you hate on the Bengals? I was like, yeah. And I kind of looked at it again. I'm like, he do kind of remind me of Ja'Marr Chase.
I love him.
I said he kind of does remind me of Ja'Marr Chase. I like Warrior, but I don't like Ja'Marr Chase other than that. His potential is still and could be that when it's all said and done. It just wasn't like a heavy. This was just a heavy defensive class because a lot of people are going to look at it as, he went into the 4th round. If he had this much potential, why did he then go in the 1st and the 2nd, or or the 3rd? But other than that, man, if you look at what was ahead of him. He in other years, in the previous years of draft, he probably could have went 2nd round, or 3rd round or something.
Yeah, without the injury, it's possible.
It's possible. But Patrick Mahomes got some new weapons, hoping his offensive line can be way better before we can see that
protector.
Before we can see that better form of a better play on Patrick Mahomes, man. That's all I'm looking forward to, man. I don't want to start another year of guys like, come on, man, this person was wide open or this person was wide open. But I just want to see what these guys can actually do. And it seems like he got a core of guys that can come out here and actually get it done You know, the second year, Worthy.
Well, it's better than hearing nobody's open.
Yeah, exactly.
Real. Hey, Tom said that Pat needs to unload this year. No more check downs. Damn it, I agree with you, Tom. To hell with the check downs, man. Launch that mug shit. Throw that mug deep. Shit. I'm tired of that. Use Worthy speed shit. Launch that mug, man. We know he can go get it. God damn.
I think Patrick's still trying to figure out kind of like that happy median in terms of, okay, taking shots, but knowing that the defense, you know, he wants to possess the ball and keep it, but you still got to be explosive. So I think, you know, the emphasis I think is going to be, and he said it himself, is going to be on taking a hell of a lot more shots this season. So
exactly,
protection holds up. Look for him to let it go a lot.
You got Hollywood Brown. I just want to see what the kid can do, man. I know my son follow him on what's that? Is it Twitch or something like that? I think that's
where he plays the video games.
Yeah, my son follows him on there. He was live yesterday, and he answered some of my son's questions. And then my son asked him, if this gonna be a what you call flamethrower, some kind of term my son used, if he gonna come out and light the field on fire. And he said, hey, he gonna try his best to come back to be reformed. And this the year that she's gonna see what they really get from Hollywood Brown. So I'm hoping to see, if that all come to future. And, if that all does happen and Rasheed Rice come back on a high step, Hollywood Brown come back on a high step, and we'll work with Xavier Worthy, come back on what he left off at and see the potential of Royal. Heck, still in this high for this wide receiver room and probably be the best that's under Andy Reid. So
who's on Twitch more, Hollywood or Kyler Murray?
I say Hollywood. I've been seeing Hollywood.
I don't do Twitch, so I don't know.
Both big time gamers. Both
something in the water out there in Arizona.
Man,
what are we doing?
Hey, shout out to Call of Duty, man. Shout out to Call of Duty.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
Nah, but I think if Rice, Worthy, and Royal, let's go ahead and put it right there, man. Can these guys go out there and get the job done? I'm saying, like you said, can Hollywood be healthy? Right? If he healthy, then damn it, they can be very explosive. We know what Worthy can do. He can take the block off. We know Hollywood's a good route runner. The thing is, what can Royal bring? We don't know yet. We've seen tapes in college. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game coming to the NFL. But I do believe that Royal can be that guy. I just want can he get separation? Can he get separation, man? Like can he read the defenses? So that's what I'm looking at from Royal, but he got the upside to be the guy. He got the upside to be that. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying because the previous two rookies, the last 2 years, it took them till about mid-season to kind of figure the whole thing out, where they fit, how they fit, and just trying to understand the way Patrick sees different routes and how they should be run. Because again, they can throw on air all they want, but until there's a defense to be read, that's when you kind of have to be on the same page, because that's what I mean. If he can trust them to be where they need to be, great. That's when things really start to pick up. But it does take time, and that those two guys around mid-season. But then, Rasheed came out last year like, wow, this dude. He was ready to take off.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to have a huge year. And then Xavier, by the time he got to the back end of the season, he kind of figured out kind of what his strengths were going to be within this offense, and then he took off. So got to give Royals that same opportunity. Now, hey, who knows with him? Maybe it's quicker, but more than likely not. So I would say, again, the back end of the year, he'll really start to kind of, now we can count on him.
I
agree.
So with that said, which unsigned free agent can help the Chiefs? If Chiefs does go that route, and then look at some guys out there that's still out there on the streets looking for opportunity with a team. If I have to go out there,
are you talking about the UDFAs? Or
no, we're just talking about a veteran free agent that has
regular free.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty simple. Justin Simmons, the safety, I think he'd be a tremendous veteran for this team. I think he's insurance for Cook. It'll be expensive. It's going to be $6, $7, $8 million is probably what they'd have to guarantee him. But the Chiefs have added veterans, before training camp and during training camp. And I think he terrorizes Patrick Mahomes. And he played great last year for the Falcons. I think they signed him relatively late as well. So for me, it's got to be Simmons.
I think interesting to see what they're doing at safety, right? Because I think they kind of like what they have.
I agree.
You'd like to have a veteran presence back there because Reed was kind of that dude and kind of making sure everybody was lined up right. And Simmons, I think, would be perfect. I just don't know if they're willing, again, to kind of change up what they've been doing defensively and going more so young, right? With all the different positions. And Simmons been around a bit. I don't know. If there's really anybody out there that can make a huge difference right now. If it was somebody, maybe if there's an injury during camp, something like that, everybody's going to flock towards, well, geez, Amari Cooper is out there, Keenan Allen's out there, but I think they've got enough at receiver that they trust that they're okay there, that they don't have to overpay for a veteran receiver. I don't know that there's really anybody out there that they're going to be clamoring for, saying we have to have this guy.
I'm gonna piggyback off what you just said, Lou. I agree. I think the Chiefs are cool, like great where they at right now. They don't need nobody else. They got the offensive line situated. They got the running back situated, the safety, the DB situated. Like I said, like special teams is good. I don't think the Chiefs need nobody coming from the free agency right now. They believe in the guys they got right now, and I believe they can get the job done with who they have right now.
I'll say, hey, your backfield was terrible last year.
Here it comes.
It wasn't really good. I know we got the kid in the 7th round in Smith that Lou wanted. Hey, what not from a better veteran? You got Kareem Hunt, right? You got Isaiah Pacheco. You got the kid from the 49ers. Why not bring in Nick Chubb and just see what you got left, right?
You talking about beat up ACL? Man, that boy ACL's done, bro. Like, hell no. Nah.
I say you throw every brick you can to build a wall, right? Every brick you can out there, and hey, whatever hits and get you to the back to the promised land and get your revenge on those goddamn birds, the Eagles. You go get it done. Hey. I take a chance on Nick Chubb and see what happens. You get Smith. That's a veteran in the room that he can learn from as well. I know that also you go look at Amari Cooper as well, man. Hey, whatever. Don't leave no stone unturned, man. Just go out there and keep turning the stone until you find that hidden gem and get it done. If there's a guy still out there on the street, I know I drafted a guy in the 7th round, and everybody's I'm a big fan of the kid too, but hey. If Nick Chubb is healthy, I think he's better than any running back that we have in our running back room right now.
So meat is falling off the bone, man.
If he's healthy, he's the best running back in our running back room now.
The thing with the vets, especially if they haven't been signed to this point, they're looking for the best opportunity to get on the field. I don't know if Nick Chubb looks at the Chiefs backfield and say, I'm going to be, in his mind, he's going to say, yes, I'm the best of them. But I don't know his agent would say, yeah, that's our best opportunity, right? I think if somebody goes down during training camp for a team and he can just walk in and be like one of the top 2 backs on that team, maybe, right? Or you got a bunch of other guys out there too that are kind of waiting around, kind of lurking around. And if they can find the right opportunity, I don't know that the Chiefs are in a position to give somebody $4 or $5 million and say, well, it didn't work out.
Right.
And it's got to be structured a certain way where only so much counts against the cat. So I don't know. I hear what you're saying in terms of Chubb. Yeah. At his best, he's better than any of the guys they have right now. It's just hard for me to think a vet in the position he's in that said, okay, that's the backfield I want to go crash.
Yeah, they'd have to trade Pacheco. They'd have to trade Pacheco to get Chubb, I think.
Yeah, who going to trade for him, though? Who would trade for
the Bears are scrambling. They need a running back. They've called every team about every available guy. They don't seem to have an interest in Chubb.
Well, they've got Swift and Roshan Johnson, so I don't know if it's anybody. And even that for like Nick Chubb, it sounds, that would be a perk. But again, you've got 2 younger, healthy guys ahead of you. So
I think
they're gonna look for the best possible position, right? Yeah. Best opportunity to get on the field.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Like I said, throw him in there and see what happens. Also, remind
he want tender knee out there. That boy knee. That man got no knee. He ain't got no ligaments in his knee. You want this dude, man?
He out there squatting 450 pounds. That seems like somebody have good knees there.
Okay,
hey, and also he's over there leaping over stuff, jumping on stuff. Hey,
and that's his problem. And that's his problem now, man. Leaping over. You ain't got to keep leaping, man.
Hey, maybe he got robotic knees, man. You never know. Maybe he's out there ready to get it done. And also Amari Cooper too. Hey, throw every thrown you can in every position. And Simmons, well, bring him in too. If I'm the Chiefs, I want my revenge on the Eagles. I don't want the bad taste in my mouth. I'm coming out there to take revenge any way I can.
Needs to make a down.
I hear what you're saying, but you would think the team that knows him the best, and the only team he's played for is the Browns, and they went ahead and drafted 2 rookie running backs, and they're like pretty much okay. Nick,
they let you know right there.
Thank you for your service, but okay,
maybe it was him. Maybe he said he seen the organization and said he don't want to.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can see that.
Nick Chubb's got best choice knees, man.
But I would think for him, you look at like the Dallas situation, right? Where I don't know if Rico Dowdle's still there. I think they signed Javonte Williams, but again, he's had his knee issues as well. So I mean, you just look at teams where it's the running back room is kind of thin. So I think the Chiefs just want to stay younger at that position. So.
Don't listen to Drake, man.
That boy got 3-way knees, man.
Whatever.
I think Kareem and Coach should have their own show.
Man, that boy knees been bent so many damn ways. It's not even funny, man. But I agree with Bo's getting there. He's like, man, go ahead, throw everybody out there. Let's see. For a 1-year deal. I get that. I really do. I get it. I really do get it. But right now, I just got faith in what they got. Huh?
It's a 1-year deal, man. To get out there to say, hey.
Give him $2.5 million in an incentive and let him compete.
Well, I think they're all he's going to wait for much better than that. So,
well, I mean, 3 knee surgeries in his career so far? I mean, that's a lot.
Hey, we'll see. But I think typically veteran, like Amari Cooper, I mean, he's the same things. Eventually, somebody will cough up the cash. Maybe not a ton, probably like 4 or 5 million, but it's going to be all guaranteed, right? I don't know that the Chiefs want to be in that business, to guaranteeing the full contract, and then if he doesn't make the team, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. They did it to Carlos Dunlap. They signed him for like $9 million.
Simmons would be a good move. I do like Simmons. That if they go and get Simmons, I do like that. I wouldn't mind that.
But
I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind that.
He didn't sound too interested when they talked to him about the Chiefs.
Yeah, he didn't.
He said, hell with that shit.
Yeah.
Back on Dre talking about his knees, man. Hey, it's one man in Philadelphia named Barkley that had knee issues too. And he over there leaping over guys. I believe they had
as many as Chubb. You go all the way back to Georgia. Chubb, you go all the way back to Georgia. He had ACL issues.
Whoever did Chubb need was a part-time surgeon, man.
I'm done with this dude. He said there was a part-time surgeon, so there was.
I heard him the first time. It didn't need to be repeated a second time.
Hey, man, listen, because whatever they're doing to his knees is not working. They're putting super glue on this man's knees, man. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Oh, hold on. Have you ever had knee surgery before?
Hell no.
I have.
It's bad because it's the same damn knee. Like, let it go, man. Let it go, man.
We'll see what happens.
Right.
Let it go, man.
But other than that, man, hey, I feel like he could be. I think I read up on something. They said the last injury he had the guy that did Shaquan surgery did this surgery. So maybe that's
upgraded surgeon, upgraded knee. So we'll see what happens.
Maybe
it's just the
I didn't know the surgeons were free agents too.
Surgeries he's had. I mean, just the odds aren't really with the team on that side of the deal. That's all.
Everybody talking about he's squatting 600 pounds. Doesn't matter, man. Sure you can't cut. You ain't cutting and moving squatting 600 pounds.
He gets that bar that bends, right? So it doesn't hurt his shoulders, and it's just crazy to watch. Like this is,
and that's why his knees are jacked up. He's trying to bench press. He's trying to deadlift weights and shit. Man, focus on that field. He deadlifting and shit.
Squat.
Yeah. Listen, all that don't mean nothing on the field, man. Yeah, you ain't no lineman. You're a running back.
Explosion doesn't matter.
I mean, what you doing that for?
To break away from tackles. None of that stuff matters.
Man, you need to be shifty. Damn it.
The quad father.
Yeah. He gonna juke and pop his other knee, man.
In the chat, man, if y'all had to choose somebody, who are y'all picking, right? Who are y'all picking that's unsigned right now that, we build? I don't want to be sitting, you know what happened last year, right? Everybody said, oh, we have the answer. We have Kingsley. At left tackle. He's going to be the answer for this and this and that. Then all the years went on down the road. The season went down.
Don't say people when you mean you.
Yeah, say you.
Right.
It was me and a lot of y'all said we didn't need no more free agents. Then I learned, after watching the season goes on, I said, hey, we should have stopped this. We should have fixed the problem before training camp. So that's what I'm looking into now.
There's no magical left tackles just hanging out. Like, okay, yeah, whatever.
I'm talking about the
best chance they have is,
everybody's saying Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, to me, again, that's another guy that ACLs is tender, bro. Like, they got barbecue knees, man.
He can still play. I mean, I think he's, he's a slot receiver, and he's been for a long time. If the Chargers need receivers, why not bring him back? I think they brought Mike Williams back.
When has Keenan Allen played a full season, though?
Last year, the year before.
Shit.
I mean,
he didn't play the whole year last year yet.
The dude puts up numbers
the man is phenomenal, but he can't be consistent with his health, man. Ain't nobody gonna take a risk on that dude, man. He ain't consistent.
Somebody will, once the price is right.
Yeah. Go to the Bengals.
It's all gonna be the price is right.
Go to the Bengals, Keenan. Go to my Bengals, man. We got something to talk about then.
Other than that, man, hey, man, if I had to really choose, it'd be Nick Chubb. I'd say because the running back room was, it wasn't up to par last year. Isaiah Pacheco, he continued to run into the back of the offensive lineman. I love the kid, but hey, man, you got even Nick don't play running back. Nick was saying, hey, you miss it wide open gaps. You got to run that.
We got to have better running back play. I mean, they got Smith, they got, Elijah, they brought back Kareem. They're going to put their faith in giving Pacheco another opportunity. I know they brought in an undrafted free agent running back as well. They got the alligator man as well. So, I'm with Hense. I mean, I'm not saying it's Chubb, but I think you have to have, I think at some point they may have to address this situation. We'll see how OTAs and mini camps and training camp goes.
Well, I believe in their minds they signed the veteran Elijah Mitchell. They drafted Brashard Smith. So I think in their minds they have what they need. The lack of explosion in the running back room. J.K. Dobbins is available. A guy that's
Gus Edwards
rarely healthy, right? Rarely plays. The Chargers kind of said, all right, we're Omari and Hampton. Okay, we're good. There's plenty of guys out there if you need them, and they'll see, once training camp starts.
Where's the crocodile man at?
If any of those guys get hurt, right? So maybe they'll bring in a veteran. But I think at this point right now, they feel good about addressing the explosive type plays that they're going to get with Brashard Smith and Elijah Mitchell.
Where's the crocodile man at? I haven't heard too much about him. What's going on with him?
He's on the team.
He's on the team.
He's still on the. He'll be on the 90. He'll be on the 90.
He'll be on the 90s. There's no guarantee he'll be on the 53.
Oh, man. Bo had him highlighted. Bo, I think, was he on your goal list, man, for a minute? Was he on your goal list? We had that man starting in Madden.
we ain't seen no training videos of this kid. Maybe he is
flowing gold mail. Or
there you go.
Asante Samuel's free too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
I don't know about that one.
It's Nick Chubb or bust for you. I get it, Hense. It's all good.
Nick Chubb or Amari Cooper. I'd take one Amari Cooper too.
Asante Samuel may be Asante Samuel for some depth. I like Asante Samuel,
Yeah,
if they make that move with him. I like that.
They'll have options, which is what they always do.
Yeah, we'll see it at training camp and see what they actually get done, man. It's gonna be a scorching one for me to go up there.
I think the biggest issue for real guys was that line, man. With the offensive line, everything else was cool. It's just that damn line. That's all.
It definitely is going to be better than it was last year. It's just a matter of where the fire come from.
I agree.
Come on, Kimo. Don't disrespect me that way.
Hey, Nick, you're a guy, Casey. Like, hey, man, it's a real question, Nick. It's a real question.
It's humble story. Lived in a town that takes about 5 minutes to go through on a car. It just great story at KU.
Casey had the best catch of rookie mini camp though, right down the sideline. He caught a one-hand pass. You know what I mean? He looked legit out there.
Casey made good pizza too.
I thought you were going to say when he caught the bus out of town.
All right, no more disrespecting my Jayhawks. All right, it's just not.
Nick have a special heart for Jayhawks.
Was he the kid that spoke? Was that the mic?
He did speak yesterday, and I thought he was very humble and very gracious.
Oh no, I mean, got to give him an opportunity. It's just that even though Coach Reed seems to want to have a fullback. Carson Steele, we thought was going to be that guy, but they really never used him in that role much. So I think it's kind of maybe gone by the wayside in just the way that they play offense. So,
yeah.
I mean,
honestly, going to be a tough one. He's going to really have to impress, Nick.
I mean, honestly, guys,
it's a long shot.
Hey, the Chiefs got like a plethora of tight ends, man. So that's not even go. Tight ends, receivers, everything's legit. It's just protect y'all captain. Protect y'all captain. Protect y'all Captain America.
I think we've got a new guy person here, and this is a new person.
Chiefs fitted.
I think he was on last show too.
I like the fitted caps.
Yeah,
that is my preference. Is the fitted cap.
I agree.
You like fitted caps?
Absolutely.
Okay, got you. I like more. I'm more dad hat. More dad hat.
Chiefs fitted. Is this your business, or is that
caps and t-shirts? Let us know.
Yes,
I like it.
Take advantage of the opportunity.
Got to hold on to the ball. Good tip.
Got to hold on to the ball.
Got to hold on to the ball.
But speaking of Alligator Kid, man, Carson Steele. That's his actually name. Everybody keep calling him Alligator Kid. I feel like he probably, he did do good on special teams last year. He was playing well out there. So you never know, man. It's always the surprise guy that come out of nowhere and actually we think it's going to be all these other running backs. And he probably come back and had probably the best off-field training, his offseason training, and come back and be the best running back that we probably see. I'm just saying, I hope this kid to come out to be great.
Wait. What you mean he come back and be great? That man, we didn't even mention that man all through the damn show. I'm the one that brought the man up. Y'all forgot about him.
We didn't forget about him.
Yes, you did. You forgot about him. I bet that man ain't starting on Madden. I bet he ain't started on Madden. But now
I think just in the room that they have right now, I mean, if Kareem Hunt is going to be the key. I mean, if they feel like he's fit and he can play as well as he did last year, and that's not really expecting a ton from him, then I think, maybe Carson doesn't have that great a chance to make the team. If Kareem Hunt is not at that level, and there's a noticeable slowdown, then maybe Carson has a chance to make the team. But you got to believe that Mitchell, Pacheco, and Brashard Smith are the top three guys right now.
Right.
Agree 100%. But it just, y'all got the depth. So it's like at that position, like I like Smith with some speed. Now I think Mo said that Kareem in the full season, now he's back, probably be quicker, a little faster now.
He'll definitely be in better shape.
Yeah, so I'm saying. So, but he probably be a little more explosive because he's trying to get his feet wet. I think Kareem come back really changed the game.
Best,
I think
best case scenario, yes.
Yeah, definitely, man. So I think they cool. We just Achilles heel is the tackles and guards. So if they can get that situated. Mahomes, new haircut, new offensive line. Hey, man, I see the Chiefs doing big things this year.
Don't disrespect the Chiefs thinking that they are going to be affected by that Super Bowl loss in anything but a positive manner. Trust me, they're going to come back scorched earth.
I believe it. I believe it.
We all believe it. We all hope, sir.
No, we don't say hope, sir. We know it's going to benefit them.
I said we all believe it, but then I said
my bad. Y'all all believe it. My bad.
We all believe it, but a lot of Chiefs fans are still, still questioning. They probably they question Patrick Mahomes. They said Patrick Mahomes, the Eagles was the kryptonite to Patrick Mahomes, and maybe it was because
they're 1-1. They're 1-1.
They 1-1 in the meetup.
But in dominant fashion, they was uppercutting Chris Jones. They was body pressing. It was nasty in the trenches, man.
They dominated, but the Chiefs dominated in the second half in the first Super Bowl and just scored on every drive. So I don't want to hear it.
Nick, talk your mess, Nick. You right.
They're going to play during the regular season at Arrowhead, which will be exciting. Remember, the NFL schedule comes out on May 15th, and we'll be doing a live cast on the 4 Guys in a Bar podcast. And
Ty Robinson might be getting off, Bo. That's your guy. He might be in that game of rotation. Might be.
I'm looking at the game on that schedule. I'm really looking for is the Jags. I want to see with Hunter. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Hunter situation. Travis Hunter. Everybody saying he's the greatest player that ever came out of the draft. I heard. So
go against.
I want to see him. I want to let everybody see because I don't really feel like he's a great player. That's my opinion.
I don't feel like he's not a shutdown corner. I really don't. I feel like he's just a good system guy that plays great zone. I don't see him being a shutdown guy because you look at the film, who's getting beat by mediocre wide receivers, getting beat bad. So I'm like, I don't see it. But he's an upside.
Colorado did not have a great defense last year, to his defense, and they had safety issues. Man, they had linebacker issues. They weren't all that great last year, and I don't think I think you can judge him on his work from the year before, where he was obviously a lot better. But $5.5 million to stay at Colorado or whatever it was is a lot.
Hey Nick, give me a DB, give me a Hall of Fame DB or DB now, and they gave up 200 some yards on the ground, man, 1-on-1. You never seen it, just this man.
That's not his job.
What you mean? Your job is to shut this dude down. You got your ass
job
kicked.
is to shut the corner down as best as possible. It's not, who knows the run support, but you don't know the schemes they're running, the plays or the zones and things like that. Here's one thing for the guys, for you guys that are dissing him, look at the practice time and the game time you have at college. It's one big practice day a week, and that's it. And so at the NFL, it's a lot more than that. He's going to get a lot more reps. He's going to get some coaching. I don't think he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be a really good cornerback. I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah. But Jacksonville, I believe he's going to play on offense a hell of a lot more than he plays on defense.
And he's got his dream come true.
Because that is what will get them at least 1, potentially 2 or 3 primetime games, right? Because they typically, you don't see Jacksonville playing in any single games like Thursday night. That's not a rule. That's not a rule anymore, right? You don't get a Thursday night game. They can just shut you out. Where back in the day, every team got a Thursday night game, Monday night game, Sunday night. So that'll be interesting to see just like how the league structures that, see how many Jacksonville gets. Are they projecting the Steelers to get Aaron Rodgers? So let's see how many primetime games.
That seems to be the case. It's going to have to be resolved before the schedule comes out.
Not necessarily. Maybe they just gamble and say, okay, let's put the Steelers on primetime just in case.
I don't think they're going to do that.
Do Aaron Rodgers deserve a primetime spot?
They got crushed by that the first year with the Jets, and they got crushed by it again.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put him on 5 times.
Hell no. out, man.
Yeah.
But here's the skinny with Hunter. Like, yes, he's going to get the spotlight, and I do believe I believe he's going to bust. I believe Hunter is going to go out there and lay an egg, man, because they're going to come at you because you're talking a lot of noise. Let me be real with you guys. He's been talking a lot of noise. He can play both. They're going to attack that man all year on the defense side.
So if he fell to the Cardinals, would you feel the same way?
Hell yeah. Like, for real, like, because I'm like, for real, like if you look at Will Johnson
you
and
got
Hunter,
that cap on too tight.
Nah, it fitted just right. It's fitted just right, man. Nah, I'm just saying though.
Travis Hunter, I feel like he can play both sides in college, but trying to do that in the NFL, these guys are bigger, stronger, faster. This is an ultimate league for knee issues, right? Concussions and everything else. I'm just saying, like, this is the common league, right? Torn ACL, Achilles, and all this nonsense that's happening.
Who is the surgeons? Who is the surgeons with these people?
The lower body injuries that these players have, and trying to put your body at risk for both. All games playing on defense and offense in an NFL game. Maybe prove us all wrong. But
listen, injuries are part of the game. You can't stop
how
injuries,
they use
guys.
him on defense. Like I said, I think he's gonna play a lot more offense with Jackson. You got Trevor Lawrence, you got Brian Thomas Jr. You're trying to kind of build something there. You got a new GM, offensive head coach. I truly believe he's going to play offense a lot more. Defensively, you don't know how they're going to use him. Are they going to use him? Just put him out there and play the boundary corner? And say the hell with it, just go one-on-one with somebody? Probably not. They can maneuver him, use him like a chess piece. He's a ball hawk. Obviously, he's got the great hands. So there's different things that you can do with him. So to start predicting,
just don't put him in man coverage.
Can't do this or can't do that. Let's give him a chance. Nobody else has ever done it. Let's see if it can happen.
Ooh, sound like some Shador stuff. Give Shador a chance, man. Let that man go out there. Put him as the starting QB, man.
He is going to get a chance. It's all on him. The only difference is he went in the 5th round instead of the 1st or 2nd. But he's in the place where everybody expected him to be anyway.
Would y'all took Shador #1 over Hunter?
What?
If it came down to it again, if we doing a redraft, would you have picked Shador over Hunter?
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. All right. Have a good one.
No, are you gonna cut me off on that one? Y'all disrespectful.
Can we give him a